Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon to all of us, our twins and everyone, especially to our instructor, Sir Muhammad Kaiser, Sir Abdul Kaiser rather. Okay, I am Jericho Alcones, and this is my video reaction 5. Today is pag-aaral naman natin kung anong makukuha natin na lesson sa video nito, sa video reaction na to. Ika 5 na siya. Let us start.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We're starting with the second listening from the unit 1 of Bayna Yadayk book 2 part 1. So we have Fahmul Masmu' is the listening comprehension, right? So Fahm is understanding or comprehension, and Masmu' is listening, right? And then we have the instruction here. It says istama' ila nas, listen to the text. Thumma اختر الجواب الصحيح, then select the correct answer. بوضع, by putting دائرة حول الحرف المناسب, by putting a circle around. حول is around, حرف المناسب is appropriate harf, right? So basically we have these three options here, three letters, and whichever is correct one, we have to circle them, right? So let us first hear the text, and then inshallah we can come back, try to answer these questions.
الوحدة الأولى.
الدرس التاسع.
فهم المسموع. استمع إلى النص ثم اختر الجواب الصحيح بوضع دائرة حول الحرف المناسب. شعرت فاطمة قبل 10 سنوات بآلام شديدة. أصبحت تنام كثيرا ولا تستطيع العمل. ذهبت فاطمة إلى الطبيبة التي فحصتها وقالت لها: أنت مريضة بالسكري، اتبع الحمية ومارس الرياضة. وفي هذه الورقة أنواع الطعام والشراب التي يتناولها مريض السكري، والأنواع التي لا يتناولها. كانت هذه المقابلة قبل 10 سنوات. لم تذهب بعدها فاطمة إلى الطبيبة ثانية، فهي بخير وصحة جيدة، ولا تشعر بآلام السكري، لأنها منذ 10 سنوات تتبع الحمية وتمارس الرياضة كل يوم.
Okay, so hopefully we understood something from the listening. As we did before, we will try to answer these questions from whatever we understood, and then we'll go back to the text from the back of the book, and then we will read them just like any text, right? So let's see if we can understand, if we can answer some of these questions, right? So the first one is شعرت فاطمة بآلام. So شعرت فاطمة بآلام means Fatima felt pains. So now you have the options: في بطنها، شديدة، في رأسها. So the text didn't mention where she felt pain in the beginning, right? It just said that she felt what? Severe pain, shadidati, right? So that's our first answer. Second one is maridu sukkari, basically diabetic patient, right? A diabetic patient. Then we have three options: yattabi'u al-himyata, he follows the diet; yumarisu riyada, he practices sports; and then we have yattabi'u al-himyata wa yumarisu riyada. So that's our correct answer, right? So in the text they mention both of them, right? The doctor instructed her to do both. Then we have ذهبت فاطمة, maybe I should highlight them. ذهبت فاطمة إلى الطبيبة, right? So Fatima went to the doctor. بعد 5 سنوات, after 5 years. Second one is بعد 10 سنوات, after 10 years. And then the jim, the last one is قبل 10 سنوات. This one is a little bit trickier. kind of have to follow the text to get this one right. Because in the beginning, the text started off saying that she went to the doctor, right? And then this whole thing happened. Doctor gave her medicine and whatnot. And then at the end, the text mentioned that all what? قبل 10 سنوات. All of this thing happened, what? Like 10 years ago. So that means she went to the doctor 10 years ago. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky, right? And then we have number 4, we have Fatima Ana. So Fatima right now. تقابل الطبيبة, she meets the doctor. Ba لا تقابل الطبيبة, she doesn't meet the doctor. And the last option is تتناول الدواء, she takes the medicine. So the answer is Ba, because in the text they mention that she does not go to the doctor. Okay. Number 5 is أعطت الطبيبة. Okay, its original was ta with sukun. أعطت الطبيبة, the female doctor gave, but we have a kasra because of alif lam. Okay, 2 sukuns. So the doctor gave Fatimata, our object. Doctor gave Fatima what? Warakatan fiha anwa'u. So she gave a paper in it, the types of anwa'. Naw'un is type, anwa' is types, plural. Types of what? And we have here's one dhamma, so we know this is going to be an idafa, right? So that means type of, right? So type of what? Al-adwiya. Adwiya is a plural of dawa, medicines. Number 2, option B, ba, we have al-ta'amu wa-sharab. And jim is al-himyati wa-riyada. So we know that in the paper, the doctor wrote down the things that she needs to eat and drink, right? So the answer is ba, al-ta'am wa-sharab. Okay, hopefully you understood some of it. And now let us go to back of the book and see if we can read this one, okay, instead. So let's read. So it says, شعرت فاطمة قبل 10 سنوات. Okay, so here we have قبل 10 سنوات. Yeah, so even the text, I didn't realize that in the beginning they also mentioned the 10 سنوات, because at the end they also mentioned 10 سنوات. That's the one that I remember. Anyway, that's good. So we have شعرت فاطمة قبل 10 سنوات. So Fatima felt 10 years ago بآلام شديدة by, okay, we know what شعرت means. We know Fatima qabla, we know all of these things. بآلام, we saw this word before. Alam is the plural of alam, which is pains. Then shadida is severe. All of these words are crystal clear, right? We've seen them before. Asbahat, so asbaha is to become. To become. Okay? Asbahat. Okay, asbahat by itself, it's become. But this is one of those things that I mentioned last time when we had akhada, right? So after akhada, if we have a present tense verb, then because akhada means what? To take. But after that, if we have present tense verb, what happens? The meaning changes. Changes to what? Changes to start, right? Same thing with this verb. When you have the verb by itself, asbaha, it means to become. But after that, we have what? We have present tense verb, tanamu. Okay, tanamu is what? What does tanamu means? Sleep. Okay, to sleep. So now we have, we have to change, then the meaning of asbahat and the role of asbahat changes. So now it means to start. Okay, to start. So how would we translate this? We'll translate that started. Who started? We have the ta'nith. Ta'ut ta'nith is what? It indicates a female pronouns, female person who is, of course, Fatima, right? So Fatima started to sleep. Tanamu. To sleep kathiran. So she started to sleep a lot. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, we cannot translate here asbah as become. It's not she became sleeping a lot. I mean, the meaning is there, but that's not the way of how this verb works when we have another present tense verb. Okay, it becomes bada'a. So the meaning changes to bada'a, which means to begin. So she began to sleep a lot. Okay? وَلَا تَسْتَطِيعُ الْعَمَلَ. And she cannot work. Okay, that's the object of this verb. تَسْتَطِيعُ, we know what that means, and amal, we also know what it means. Okay, so she cannot work. ذهبت, okay, ذهبت, she went. فاطمة, here, so the Fatima went. إلى الطبيبة, so she went to the doctor. We have إلى حرف الجر and we have كسرة. She went to the doctor. التي, so التي is اسم الموصول, which is it goes back to who? التي is going back to الطبيبة. Okay, التي means who. التي فصحتها, who. فصح, I'm not sure if we had this one before, which means to treat. No, fasaha means to examine. Okay, we examined. So this is in present past tense. Examined her. Which is ha here? Who's the ha? Ha is Fatima, right? So so she examined her. وقالت لها, and again this قالت, this ta is referring to the doctor. So the doctor told laha, to her. Qala, when you have qala and you want to say she said something, it always you get this lam. Okay, qala and this preposition lam is always go together. I say qala lahu, he said to him. Qultu laka, I told you. Right, so this lam is a part of this verb qala. So she told her, meaning Fatima, anti maridatun bisukkari. Okay, you are maridatun bisukkari means you are diabetic. You are diabetic patient. Right, that's what it means. Ittabi'i. So we have the last one we got what? Ittabi' with the sukun here and nothing here. Right, to follow. But we have here ya. Why do we have ya here? It's because of feminine. Okay, when we order something to a feminine person, we have this ya. Like for example, we say idhab. We're saying to go. We're asking someone to go, and when we say idhab, we're referring to one male person. But if we are referring to a female, we have to say idhabi. Okay, that ya, idhabi. Okay, uktubi, write. Okay, so we have ittabi'i. Okay, ittabi'i means follow. Al-himyata, follow the himya. So that's the object. Wa marisi, again we have this ya because she is referring to Fatima, and practice al-riyada, practice the sports. Again we have fatha because of the object. Wa fi hadhihi al-waraqa, and in this page or paper, anwa'un at-ta'am. Anwa' is types. Here this is mudaf ilay, right? So it's going to be translated as types of food. Wa sharab, and sharab is what? Drinks. Allati, so what is this allati is referring to? Allati yatanawaluha maridu sukkari. Okay, so this allati is going backward, going back to at-ta'am wa sharab. Okay, because it's saying التي يتناولها مريض السكري. So مريض السكري is the fa'il, the doer of يتناول. That's what we have here. So it's referring to التي is referring to the food and drink that a diabetic patient takes them. Okay, يتناولها. Okay. Okay, this ha is also referring to طعام and والشراب. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, complicated, I can understand, but something that it will eventually get better. So don't sweat too much about following these pronouns. But you know, when you translate, you will understand anyway. You're trying to say that this is the page. In this page, there are types of food and drinks that diabetic patients takes them, right? So if you just translate like that, you know what is ha them referring to. Obviously, it's talking about the food, and allati is referring to. It's something that we have to get used to it, and inshallah, it's going to get better. Okay, don't worry too much about that. Then we have al-anwa'u allati, and the type that la yatanawaluha. Okay, and that the here yatanawalu, we still have the ya, so it's referring to this one, maridu sukkari. So, and also saying wa, and the types of food, types of those that he referring back to maridu sukkari doesn't take. Okay, so you understand what's going on here? So it's basically he's giving a paper that has food and drinks that diabetic patient takes them, and the one that diabetic patients doesn't take them. Make sense? Maybe? So the next sentence we have كانت هذه المقابلة قبل 10 سنوات. Okay? So this meeting or this appointment, muqabala could be meeting, could be appointment. Okay, it can also mean interview. Okay, so here it means the meeting. This meeting was كانت. This meeting was, this kana makes it in the past tense, means was قبل 10 سنوات, before 10 years. لم تذهب بعدها فاطمة إلى الطبيب. So we know what lam means. What does it do? We have present tense verb. It's saying تذهب, she, and who's the doer? Here's the doer we have. So that means this is the subject. So Fatima did not go. Okay? Fatima did not go. بعدها. بعدها, this ha is referring to what? This muqabala. Okay? After that. So she did not go after that meeting. إلى الطبيب. Oh, sorry, إلى الطبيبة is the female doctor. After that, she did not go to the doctor. ثانية, second times. So after that meeting, she did not go to the doctor second time. فهي, because she, بخير, because she is well, she is good. Okay, بخير, she is well. Okay, fa here is translating as because. Okay, وصحة جيدة, and good health. She's well and in good health. Okay, so here this thing is following this khairin. Okay, B means with, khairin is with a good. She is in a good state and in healthy and very healthy. Siha is healthy, jayidan is very. So she's in a very healthy state, basically, right? And then we have, and she doesn't feel the pain of the diabetics. لأنها, because she, منذ 10 سنوات, since, منذ means what? Since. Because because she since 10 years تتبع الحمية. So here تتبع means she is practicing, or she is rather since 10 years تتبع الحمية. So here تتبع means she is practicing, or she is rather following the diet, right? وتمارس, and she is practicing الرياضة, the sports كل يوم, every day. Okay, yeah, it's a small text, but there are a lot of things happening, and I'll be honest with you, I do think, at this stage, someone who studied Bayadek book 1 and then coming to book 2, and then they're trying to do this listening exercise, these will be a little bit difficult for sure. Okay, it will be a little bit difficult to keep track. So that's why at this point, don't sweat too much about understanding from the listening, right? As far as we understand when we read them and our vocabulary is growing up, right? We're building our vocabularies. That is the most important priority right now. But you still cannot ignore the listening. You still have to listen. If you don't listen, your ear's not going to open up, right? You will never get better at it anyway. Doesn't matter how many vocabularies you have. You still have to listen, but at the same time, don't worry too much. Even if you don't understand, like let's say maybe 60% of the things you didn't understand when you listen to them, but when you're reading them, you understand. That's fine. 10, 15, 20, 30%, whatever you understand, that's fine. But it's only going to get better. And if you don't listen, if you skip those listening exercise, guess what? You're not going to improve your listening too much. Okay? So with that, we're ending our class today. Inshallah, I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
My thoughts regarding sa topic na yun is, yung first lesson na yun is pasmo, mga pakikinig. Kasi yung topic na yun is may mga choices doon na before siya nag-explain sa pangalawang topic. So, first topic niya is may mga choices from 1 to 5 is mga parang ABCD kung sa English, pero sa Arab is alif, ba, and jim. Mga choices lang doon. Then sa pangalawang topic na is doon yun explain yung mga sentence doon na by word yung pag-explain niya. Then kasi may mga harf doon na kumbaga may mga kalima doon na napasukan ng harf. Kumbaga tinuturo niya doon kung anong maging mukha ng isang paanong maging mukha ng isang kalima kapag narugtungan ito ng isang harf. And then kung anong maging meaning niya kapag narugtungan ito sa isang harf. Kung ito ba ay fi'il or doer, or kung sa tsaka dinidescribe niya rin doon kung saan ng doer, kung saan ng mga fi'il, and then etc. na mga belong sa isang nahu, or belong sa nahu, and then sa meron din sa sarf. Nakita natin doon kung paano ang naging mukha niya. Now, importante din pakikinig doon, or pakikinig at panonood. Kumbaga doon lang nakapokus yung ating ang mata ating pakikinig sa topic na yun, kasi maraming mga lessons ang makukuha natin sa topic na ito. Then that's all. Again, I am Jericho, Alcones, and this is my video reaction 5. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.